You might think an old printing press would hold little value for the modern-day graphic design student.
But an old-school method that dates back to the 15th century still holds important lessons in the age of Photoshop. As King 5 photojournalist Steve Dowd shows us, students at Highline Community College are absorbing this art form before its secrets disappear.
This is an 1880 Chandler Price letterpress. It's probably the oldest continually operating machine in the state. Letterpress is the craft of printing from handset type words on paper. I like to do letterpress because it connects me back all the way to Joe Gutenberg, 1460. The thing is a time machine. It's like going onto the beach and picking up a fossil. The old types are the ones that have stood the test of suitability, readability, and grace. T-H. It's more than just an art form. It's a way to teach design students some basics of design. If it's not readable on a page, it's not going to be readable on the screen either. Also, you can't squish lead type down or extend it with a click of a mouse. You're bound by the size of that type. It puts a lot of discipline into the way that you approach type, and words on the page, words on the screen, same old, same old.
Okay, so get another slug, the same width. This is the letterpress class at Highline Community College. The basis for good graphic design actually took place hundreds of years ago, and we're hoping that being involved in this class will allow them to understand better how everything fits together in terms of a good design, a good look, and hopefully, like I said, take out of this class something that's going to help them in their electronic design.
Because when the press closes and opens, it'll be right side up and I can read it.
Because our primary function here is to educate students and to get them into the workforce.
Actually, I was laid off in January, and I figured I'd take the opportunity to go ahead and go back to school and add to my resume. I've been a press operator for 30+ years. This is one of the few places you can come to actually learn old school letter set, and it sure is fun stuff to do.
I'm studying to be a graphic web designer. Lettering is important when you're doing electronic imaging, and it'll also be important when you go to printing, when you do photoshops, when you do layouts, when you do any type of printing, you do any type of graphic arts, it has to be put on paper. It teaches you about presentation, because when you're doing advertising, the first thing that's going to grab somebody's eye is something that looks good. Like I did this piece right here, and I really like it. TammyWilliams@ymail.com, and then it has my phone number on it. So now we're going to print it, and then I'll have my own cards that I made from type.
There's always going to be people who want to reconnect with their history, who want to create something beautiful. And there's value in that. I'm a writer with a printing press, but I just love it. It fills a niche in my life.
Very interesting. If you're interested in the letterpress class or the graphic design program at Highline Community College, we've linked the school's website to king5.com.